Video is a way of like showing your artwork in modern time. Now, like back then there was no camera. So in the time period it shows you. So the first camera show you, poof, and you see a big ball of smoke and the image taken with some guy under some whatever covering. So your imagination and mind always figure out why the smoke have to give off for the camera to imply a picture. So your brain always puzzle like that, like really thinking on the camera, like why the camera have to give off smoke for you to get the image, but you're not around that environment. So when you watch like real TV, like history of New York or history of this place building or the time period, you pick out certain things. So it shows you when you're doing certain things, like even watching the television, you have a word, a choice, and then you have another CH word, a channel. So when you put all of those words together, if you understand what I mean, if you want to play with words, as how you will learn English by playing with words in a funny what way or any way possible. Even like poetry, it's an art form. So some people may play with words and it may not sound exactly the same as how it sounds directly, not because of how the person speak or background, whether southern or is it northern. And even through history you learn that it works out in a way. Southern and northern through movies where you wasn't really in the right like seeing the right direction one on one because you have the north fighting against the south. So the whole implication because of who should lead. So when you get a nation like showing you the history of how things is, it kind of lead back into art and it might lead back into your environment. Same thing. So you might be in an environment where you're creating artwork, but you end up having to do the same type of like well who should lead like because it's an environment. You're going to have a mother, a father, or if you have family, because some artists does have artist family. Like Jean Van, great flower painter, like his painting is fine detail to the point it took him 2 years to complete the artwork. So imagine 2 years to complete one artwork, but he's getting paid by a special type of individual. So his financial for the 2 years is kind of covering. So when it, modern time expressing up, it gives you a different implication. You have to go find a business on internet. Google is there for everyone, also in colors. So when you view things different, like Google sign with the color in blue and yellow, the same thing. So as a visual artist, you find ways of implying your art the cheapest way. And the cheapest way is always good if you gain more. So any business would go for that type of plan. Spend less money and gain more money. And when you gain, then you come up with a different business plan. So when you work out one plan, for instance, me selling coffee mug, which is a legit coffee mug, which is seven rhyme back with heaven, and 7 days a week, you can even play with numbers like that. So when you get the idea with the coffee mug, mind you have to use your creativity and imagination, and you have to take things like patiently. That's why I use the metaphor buds. Move fast, move slow. And you're not in the army, so that's the realistic point. But you have to move fast and move slow, meaning you're working fast, but have patience with the brush in your hand. It's so easy. That's how you move smoothly, but you're moving fast. So when you get the idea and break down things, as the Matthew 25 tell you, with the whole vineyard, and I'm going to need back the money when the master return. So when you imply items with images and you sell the item with an image, the image is already selling because it's on the item. So once the item is already in somebody's household, it's put to use, it probably will fall or break. So there you go. You have another mug because you're already in that person's house. So that person probably call you and need another mug. So there you go. That's one house. So that's a metaphor. Not seeking war or pretending war, but to show you how to win. It's the same metaphor as how Mr. 420 will show you. You need a house. Are you going to need the next house? Not in the way of saying you're going to seek or you're looking to steal anything, and anyone thinking that is a negative. Because why would somebody want to steal anything from you and sell in a Jesus image and a picture and a mug? And they have a whole different plan with investment going on. So when you get implication of what gesture is, you have to move away. Just like how you be inside of a club or anything. You wouldn't want to go step on somebody's toe and you get a bad look and then you continue on. That's be in the wrong. There's the same implication with people around you when you're trying to do your artwork. You might have friends, family. They imply that the artwork is not going to sell, may not work. But in your opposite mind, remember, you're getting negative words. So you have to feed it back in the opposite because a takeaway is taking away. A plus is adding on. So you have a battery working on there. So that's where you imply the Game Boy, and the Game Boy brings you down to the basic. The first Game Boy was not even in color. So you have to put it into advance, which is keep on moving. So the Game Boy system did not just stop there. Okay then. So when you get the idea of the coffee, God implication, more idea, which is natural, you're going to need coffee to go inside the coffee. And the coffee should look legit and clean. So come up with pockets. Coffee can sell in jars and pocket, just as though you sell anything in size. So coming from where I'm from, and you should not disrespect your nation, or some people talk badly about their nation. Well, coming from my background, Jamaica, that's a good implication to see you can have a chance to introduce a new coffee. How are you going to introduce a new coffee? You have to find a group of people who doesn't really understand, are not too picky about certain product or how the product will look or what type of salesman is bringing the product. Different from a country that has laws, implication, spending money, legal fitting. If your coffee hurts anybody, they can sue you and you can be losing money. So when you're coming from an environment, you learn all of that too. Less spending of money with experiment. So when you experiment with this coffee mug, which somebody can buy, it leads you to another idea. You only need coffee to put in the mug. So you come up with your own coffee, which you can grow naturally in soil and watch it grow. And there's another time period going on again. So while the coffee is in the process of growing, coming off the artwork, it all put together. So being from where I'm from, you use bucket in realism. So you're not studying other country coffee or whatever thing going on there. You use back the realism, what you're seeing, what your background is like, your who can you go out and reach to, the fastest way. Who will test this product without even thinking on a different way if possible. You have people all over the world having same negative thinkers. So that's why you put art in other people country. So it's not just certain country, other people country that doesn't even believe in Jesus. So you have to do your things on a 50 level. So you cannot believe in the negativity, you use back the negativity in a positive way. Because negative is a takeaway sign. Anything taken away is gone. So using the coffee mug, so easy, you get another creative idea. So that's how art works out. And Jesus is naturally coming from nature. So you pray to who for the coffee to survive if somebody's saying there will be a storm or what if there is drought. So when you put all those natural things together, which you're going to need the rain for the coffee to grow, then who you going to call upon? CMGOD, Jesus. So you want to call upon a guy who's, as I'm saying, fly in a plane, mix himself with some past politician who was, I even read the history, the guy's been in some fraudulent or fraud business. So you cannot have a God mixed with a prophet who's fake God, and there's a prophet who mixed with fraud. And it doesn't work like that. But the organization produce what you see today. So you cannot force people to choose. People have their choices, and business is like war. So when you see something that's not fitting, then there my artworks work the realest way. Because Jesus is the one who gives life. That's the realest thing.